Still talking Edo State, the People's Democratic Party has praised the Court of Appeal for overturning a previous federal high court judgment that criticized the conduct of its governorship primary election in Edo State. The primary produced Asue Ighodalo as the party's candidate for the September 21st gubernatorial election. The three-man member appellate court panel ruled unanimously, stating that the lower court lacked the jurisdiction to address the issue since it was a pre-primary matter internal to the PDP. In a statement, PDP spokesperson Debo Ologunagba hailed the judgment as a triumph against anti-democratic forces trying to subvert the will of the Edo people. He asserted that the ruling confirmed the credibility of the PDP's nomination process and noted the growing popularity of Ighodalo. Ologunagba also claimed that some APC members are supporting Ighodalo, predicting his impending victory in the state's election. And now to discuss this, we're joined by legal practitioner Dennis Osaretin. Good morning, and thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Saruge. Good to see you again after a long while.
Good to see you as well. Now, tell us, how significant is the Court of Appeal's decision for, of course, the PDP's chances in the upcoming election?
Yeah, for me, the Court of Appeal decision yesterday clearly reaffirmed what we have always believed, that the PDP primary appears to be one of the best in our recent history, and it has further energized the people. It has further, holding them, to further reassure them that the candidates of the PDP remains the candidate to beat in this election. So the Court of Appeal clearly reaffirmed the position of the law as we have always known it. We knew that right from the very beginning that the Federal High Court decision would stand the test of time. So the Court of Appeal has just reaffirmed what people have always believed in, and that has clearly put the PDP miles ahead of the other opposition parties in Edo State.
Would you, is it fair to call it one of the best primaries when, there's, of course, a case that said 378 members were excluded from the primaries? How do we still call it one of the best?
The Court of Appeal, by a unanimous decision, I just told you that those persons who claim to be delegates didn't have the locus. They didn't have the locus. They didn't have a locus to complain. Those who were accredited as delegates in that primary took part in that primary election that was largely adjudged to be one of the freest, most credible, well-conducted primary in our recent history.
Yeah,
and the Court of Appeal by unanimous decision has reaffirmed that position.
Yeah, here's my point. The fact that they don't have the locus to complain doesn't mean that, they weren't excluded. You're saying that they don't have the locus to complain or to take it take that case to court. Doesn't mean that they weren't excluded. The court had already ruled that they were excluded.
Just to put the issues in perspective, those individuals who paraded themselves as delegates were never delegates. The Court of Appeal has reaffirmed this position. I don't see anybody should be losing sleep over who was delegate or not.
We have insisted
that the PDP conducted one of the most freest, credible primaries in our recent history, and the whole world has come to terms with the fact that the PDP got it right in Edo State. Yeah. And the Edo people are very happy with the outcome of that primary, and no force in this world can change, what people have already decided.
Yeah,
so those delegates who claim that they were delegates.
To be clear, the Court of Appeal's decision isn't saying that they weren't delegates. The Court of Appeal's decision is saying that it was a pre-primary matter or something, and that's why they don't have the locus to challenge it. It's not because they are not delegates. They are delegates. Justice Eko ruled that they are delegates.
We have also argued in the past that whatever Eko decided was a mere academic exercise, right? So whether or not they were delegates is of no moment. The issue now is that the primary has been adjudged to be credible, it was freely conducted, it was observed by INEC, and all the relevant stakeholders has put a seal on it, or legitimacy on it. Even the Court of Appeal has now affirmed that the primary and the outcome was justified and was legitimate, was well conducted. So whether anybody is complaining, for me, it's an afterthought. for us, as of today, the PDP primary has been adjudged to be well conducted, with very credible, and we have a very reputable candidate in the person of Dr. Asue Ighodalo, and the Edo people are very happy, and they cannot wait to cast their ballots for Asue Ighodalo come September 21st.
I've also heard, about the public support and defection from the APC to the PDP, in Edo State, according to
Yes.
Debo Ologunagba. But, talk also about the APC and its journey towards the elections in Edo State. What do you think, are the mood of the Edo people towards the APC?
Yeah, judging by the result of the recent poll conducted by Business Day or so is anything to go by, it clearly tells you that, close to over 60% of Edo people, if the election was conducted yesterday, they will vote for Asue Ighodalo. And the reason is not far-fetched. The candidate of the APC appears not to be prepared for this election. I can't say the last time I saw him in public, even engaging with the press. He does not have a clear manifesto. He does not even know, he does not have the presence of mind to understand or appreciate what governance really is. So the people have clearly decided that Asue Ighodalo is head and both shoulder, way miles ahead of the PDP, the candidate of the APC. And that choice is a clear choice that people are going to be making come September. So because the APC have not shown that they are ready to be, involved in a free, fair, and credible election, all they are keep banking on is that they have a federal might behind them. Their candidates have refused to come out to communicate with the people. They have refused to come out to sell their manifesto. They have refused to come out to tell us their plans and programs for the people. And that for us is very worrisome. And that is why the people are it has become very easy now for people to make a choice. They know that Asue Ighodalo has a manifesto. Asue Ighodalo have come out to be involved in this, different town hall meetings across the country, even up to, outside of the shores of this country, to engage with our people across the globe, and he has communicated his programs and policies in clear terms, clearly telling us that he's ready for this job, and the people will not have any difficulties in choosing who the governor will be come September.
Finally, quickly speak on Philip Shaibu, and of course the recent happenings, with his being, of course, declared once again the deputy governor of Edo State.
Yeah, for me, again, that's another matter that is still sub judice, because the Court of Appeal have not ruled on that matter. Unlike the fake news that they were brandishing a few days ago, the Court of Appeal is yet to hear the appeal, as touching on whether or not he's the deputy governor of Edo State. But what is important is that all the other cases filed by Philip Shaibu have been dismissed, have been adjudged to be without merit. So all effort to come to a government house through the back door, has proved abortive. So for me, I would rather encourage Philip Shaibu. He's still a very young man like us. He's still a youth. He should go back and to his drawing board and go and make peace with his people. Maybe in the nearest future, if people believe that he can become a leader in the state, they will decide his fate. But for now, it can no longer be a clog in the wheel of progress. It cannot distract the PDP from winning the next election. And he has clearly shown that he has defected to the APC. I would rather encourage him to focus on his new political journey and allow the PDP to conduct its affairs peacefully and prepare to take over governance from Governorship on September 2024.
Dennis Osaretin, thank you very much for joining us. Always interesting speaking with you. Thanks for your time. We'll see you again.
Thank you so much, Osaretin, for having me. Go.
All right.